He sort of embraced this mantle of now being world number one. He was world number one in waiting, and he's taken it as a bit of a pinch of salt. He is the most unbothered person I've ever met. He literally couldn't be any more laid back unless he was asleep. And listen, it works for him now. Will it work for him in the future? Well, that's what we're about to find out. And listen, 12 months ago, he walked up here. There was expectation from all of us, especially me and Nico, who had spent many months watching him down at the Super Series. We tipped him up. Everybody thought we were mad. Well, all right, we were a year off. And listen, 2 years ago, had he hit that double two and gone 5-2 up, he could have been a back-to-back champion. And that's the fine margins in our sport. But I'm super excited. Listen, 12 months ago against Ryan Meikle, he was twitchy. I expect him to be twitchy against a real awkward opponent tonight in his opponent, who's, listen, he's a baller. Darius can play this game. Don't think this is going to be a...
He's hit a 9-darter up there.
Exactly. You know, he's no slouch whatsoever, and he's going to feel it tonight. He's defending the World Championships for the very first time as world number one player. That comes with a expectation, it comes with a target on your back, and it comes with pressure. And listen, I expect him to win, but I don't think it will be as plain sailing as certainly the bookies think.
Well, you're probably looking at your calendars thinking, hang on, PDC World Darts starts on the 11th of December, surely some mistake. It normally starts on the 15th or 16th. Well, the reason for that is there are more players here. 128 for the first time ever at the World Championships. Very much an expanded tournament. Nico, what do you make of the decision to expand?
More darts, what's not to like? I think one of the biggest things about this tournament, it's not really been spoken about much, is the fact that 6 continents are represented. We talk about this being a global game, and the PDC have done an incredible job over the years to try and get more countries involved. We have an Argentinian in this tournament. That is not normal, because we had the Argentinians at the World Cup in the summer. They did not disgrace themselves at all, and Jesus Solarte is a very good dart player. So I'm really buoyed by the fact that we're getting more North Americans, someone from South America. Africa is starting to churn a little bit. We'll come back to that in about 4 or 5 years when it's really starting to turn and burn. But more Australians, we've got Kiwis, we've got people from the Far East, we've got all sorts of European players. That's why we needed a bigger field. And then next year we've got a bigger venue as well. So this thing is growing exponentially, and I don't think you'll find one person who's bothered about that.
I wanted to ask you both about this, because here we are in this hall at Alexandra Palace that holds about 3,500 people. This has been where the World Championships has been. For those of you watching or listening who've been to Alexandra Palace and have walked through the fans' village and bought food in there or merch or taken Chris Mason on in the 3-dart challenge, that great hall is from next year where everything's going to move to. So it's going to be 100 yards effectively from here, and what it means is effectively the attendance for each session will double.
Yeah, there's going to be an extra 100,000 tickets. The problem they've had is the demand for tickets, and listen, they wouldn't be doing their job right. It was 1 or 2 situations, and Barry had the same problem with Sheffield for the snooker. They either expand it, improve it, or he takes it somewhere else. And Alexandra Palace had the same scenario. You either give us what we want or we go, and you have to. Listen, their business is a numbers business, and they wouldn't be doing their jobs right if they didn't say, listen, this is what's going to happen. The Great Hall, synonymous with darts back in the 70s for the News of the World. I'm sure those of you that stroll through the internet and on YouTube looking at darts videos will have seen them literally hanging off the gantries trying to get a look at the action back in the 70s, and that's where it's returning. And I really hope they do it justice, because it's a fabulous room. It's historic. It's steeped with literally history and nostalgia.
But at this time of year, there are logistics to be considered with the Great Hall, because the doors that people come in to the venue from outside, there's only one set of doors between the players and the elements, effectively, and it doesn't take long for a player to complain that he can feel a draft of wind on his or her shoulder.
That's all going to be sorted.
I've spoken to Matt Porter about this about a year ago. We just looked around, and I said, what's the likelihood that we could come in here? And he just looked at me as if to say it's not something, you know, we haven't thought about. But what people have got to understand, it's not just a case of having a chat with the Ali Pali top brass and saying, can we use that room? It's not like that. You've got to go in there, you've got to do surveys, you've got to make sure it's safe. There's health and safety and protocols that have got to be followed.
And it leaks.
Yeah. Then you've got to go through the tournament sponsors and say, are you willing to put this much bump in there, as in signage? And this takes over a year to do this. I'm sure it was probably in the pipeline of being signed, sealed and delivered at this tournament last year. It takes time.
Yeah, it was. It was 12 months ago. I can literally remember being sat in the VIP area with Barry and having a conversation, and he sort of gives you with that little typical twinkle in his eye, don't worry, son, this is underway. And it's a logistical nightmare because the trucks are out there. You've got to have a fans village that is big enough to hold the extra capacity. You've got to find a way of getting them in and out in between sessions and cleaning it. It literally is something that, listen, I don't envy those who are involved, but I'm with Nico. I think this was being looked at least 12 months ago because the demand is not a new thing for this. There's certain tournaments where we can sort of go, the match play, right? That they don't care about that. That's just too niche. It's got so much history. We're not leaving Ali Pali, which is fabulous, because this is now the home of darts, and it takes a long time to establish that. Now they have. I just think it's the best news ever. I didn't want to go into one of these sterile block buildings that just don't have the history. I mean, this place is historically, in terms of television and broadcasting, one of the most important places in this country.
Couldn't agree more.
And I'm so glad it's staying here.
I know exactly how they're going to clean it next year, because they're going to use the Ali Pali Zamboni.
Oh, there's that from the ice hockey.
They'll probably bring that. They've done it on the European Tour where they've had Zambonis going around to clean everything really quickly. So next year, the Ali Pali Zamboni will be its own hashtag.
Well, that's all to come in 12 months' time, when we will shift our focus 100 yards in front of our commentary position.
So I was going down a line of vuvuzelas or something. I didn't know what Nico was on about there. I didn't know it was a massive vacuum.
It's a huge... I used to see that at Solihull Ice Rink, the Zamboni man going to clean the ice between the periods in the ice hockey. Now, as I mentioned, 128 players, 100 of whom know this place and have been here at least once. 28 debutants, some of whom... Now, you talked about Littler 2 years ago, Christian Kist and all that, and it was a fantastic introduction, but you knew Littler had something about him, you were dead right. What of the debutants this year? There's a couple of names, Charlie Manby and Dom Taylor, who've never been here before. I'm quite surprised that Dom's not been here before, actually, but Charlie, as a youngster, hasn't. What about those who are taking their Ali Pali bow this year?
We've got two tonight on debut, haven't we? And listen, you can't prepare yourself. Even I can remember playing here. It was in this room. It was set up slightly different, Nico, back then, wasn't it? The actual stage was...
Well, you turned through 90 degrees,
it was long.
And thin, and now it's somewhat short and wide.
But the stage is over 120 foot long. So, and when I can remember walking up thinking, how long is it going to take me to get to the hockey? It was massive. And I'd been on every stage prior to getting to this one, and even then I thought, wow, this is massive, because it's huge. It's not the biggest venue we play in. The Premier Leagues are played in way bigger venues, the European Tours are, but it's just something special. It's the World Championships, and nothing can prepare you. You can have all the confidence in the world, you can be brash, and you get that little bit of those, I think it's something like 7 or 8 steps on that stage. It feels like you're climbing Mount Everest, and the guys on debut will feel exactly the same. It's a daunting task, and good luck to all of them.
Yeah, I think you've got two different types of debutant coming into this tournament. You've got someone who is very seasoned elsewhere, like Andreas Harrison, so pedigree in other places. So when he takes on Ross Smith in the first game of tomorrow's session,
a game pronounced as filthy by our colleague Abigail Davis.
It is filthy.
That is a horrible draw
for both of them.
Yeah. And then you've got other types of debutants, people like Arno Merk from tonight, a little bit younger, but then you go to Charlie Manby, who is young, in form,
ambitious,
vibrant, ceiling of performance is something we'll talk about with Charlie. It's quite incredible what he's capable of.
Well, he has the highest average of the year, doesn't he?
Highest average ever recorded.
Extraordinary stuff from the youngster, who will be in action in the first round. But the first round's going to take a little while to complete, because we've got, 64 matches to squeeze in just to get to round 2. And
it's like 3 tournaments this now, Dan. It's pre-Christmas, post-Christmas, post-New Year.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's going to take some navigating, and how you navigate that.
From us as much as the players.
Well, yeah, you'll know this, Nico. It's how, as a dart player, it's where do you put your downtime? Where do you practice? How do you prepare? Because it's long. This is going to take it out of you, and this may be the survival of the fittest.
Yeah, absolutely. I think when you talk about winning a Players' Championship on the PDC circuit, you've got to win 7 games. This tournament, you've got to win 7 games. It's a 1-2-8 field, just like the Pro Tour, but it's not done over the course of 6 to 7 hours. We're talking about 3.5 weeks.
Yeah.
So when it's your day to play, it's a case of turning up, giving everything you've got for that day, and making sure that in between you rest as well as you can.
So, for example, somebody like Bo Greaves, who takes on Daryl Gurney in one of the highlights of the first round, she has to wait till the 19th of December to play her game.
I didn't mind that as a player, because it meant you were in the tournament longer. The one I didn't want is this spot, Nico.
First up,
I had it twice.
Mace, thank you very much for the time being. Chris Mason will be back for our second match of the night, which is Michael Smith, the former world champion, against the Lancashire Rose, Lisa Ashton. That's our second match of the night. Luke Littler is third up tonight. He's taking on Durais Labanauskas of Lithuania, who, as I mentioned earlier, has hit a 9-darter on the stage at Ali Pali. And then Madas Rasma, the king of treble 19s, will be taking on one of the many Dutch players in the field, Jamai van den Hedek, on hit debut for him as well at these
Hello and a very warm welcome.
But there is John McDonald,
You've joined us live on
voice
Sky Sports
of the Master of Ceremonies
Alexandra
here
Palace.
at Alexandra Palace, and it's his final World Championships as Master of Ceremonies here before he gets his bus pass and rides off into the sunset. What a job he's done to get everyone G'd up for the darts, wherever it's been.
John's done an incredible job. We've had 2 brilliant MCs over the course of the PDC since 1994. Someone will take the helm after this, but it's Arno Merk of Germany who has got the honour of walking in this tournament first. That is an esteemed honour. So let's let John bring them out.
The players from Germany taking part in his World Championship debut. A PDC Europe Super League champion. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Arno Merk!
Well, I have to tell you, from the look on his face as the camera pan right in front of him, he's very confident and very focused on the job in hand. Is the German Arno Merk on his debut. He's had a really interesting career arc, which I'm sure we'll get into more with Paul Nicholson as this game goes on. He was a German junior champion way back in 2010 as he started to make his way in the world of darts. But he did take a protracted break from the sport, as players often do, Nico. Gave himself a bit of time away.
Yeah, some players, especially in Germany, they tend to put things before darts, things like work, family and education. But now Arno will get his crack at the Hurricane. He's on the chopping block tonight. He is the first recognised player to walk into this tournament. His form hasn't been sparkling in 2025, but this and Paulo Nebrida taking out a squad that did not include the former Belgian #1, who was adorned in a little bit of royal blue tonight. We get our first rendition of one of the usual songs here at Ali Pali. So it is the 15 times in a row Kim Huybrechts who takes on debutant Arno Merk in the first battle on the stage here as we go up towards Christmas time on the talkSPORT network. And considering I played twice dance in the first game of the tournament, I can totally sympathise with these guys, because it is not easy.
No, you are under the microscope, as you are the first players to take the bow, get onto the stage and get ready to go. It's lovely to have you with us. If you're with us on the app, the talkSPORT app. Tell your mates about the talkSPORT app and how easy it is to download it for free to your phone, so you can take the PDC World Darts Championship with you wherever you go, out shopping, walking the dog, cleaning the car, whatever it may be. We can be with you. And there's also our free watch-alongs on the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel that you can comment on as well, and Chris Mason will always say something back. So we're underway, and Kim Huybrechts from Belgium nearly pops in a maximum to get us going. A reminder that we are in set play, so you have to win 3 legs to win a set. It's the first of 3 sets that wins these first round encounters.
And we have tie breaks in the first round this year. First time since before the pandemic. As they go back to the old format, we have more games, we could have more legs than ever, because if it's 2 sets all, in the final set you've got to win by 2 clear legs, and if it goes to 2 legs all, then it could potentially go to 11 legs in the final set.
So Huybrechts, 40 years of age now, getting himself down below 300, slightly better scoring than we had yesterday at the Mortan Bell in the talkSPORT World Darts Championships. But then 60. That's no great surprise. Merk off to a slow start, just down to 340 after 9. Huybrechts getting down to a finish, it would appear, with this visit.
77.
Although, well, down to 186 in actual fact. He was looking to pin another treble 19 as he came downstairs. Merk, who draws the dart underneath his nose, or drags the dart just slightly to the left before release.
I get the feeling that Arno might be left eye dominant, because he's going towards the left eye and then twisting it more towards the nose at the 77. End. He's on 240 now. Huybrechts gets himself down to 109, so he'll have the first crack at a finish in this tournament. Merk, 2 single 20s, 1 above, 60. 1 below the 60, then another to leave himself languished on 180. Huybrechts 109.
90 left, went for treble 18, hit single, and then went for treble 16, 58. And it landed next door in treble 7. So he's not down to a finish quite yet. 51 left for the Hurricane. Merk,
26.
Well, he does get down to a finish of sorts, but 154 is not ideal. 19 for double 16 for Huybrechts to take the first leg. He's inside double 16, shifts along the oche to the left. Next door is double 8, and that's found in 21 darts. Fairly slow start for the Hurricane, but he holds through, and we're underway on the talkSPORT app and the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel here at Ali Pali.
Yeah, Kim Huybrechts looks a little bit relaxed in this game, and I think winning that first leg in any number was going to give him a little bit of levity. But he's pointing to someone in the audience. I don't know who 60. Exactly he's got with him today, but some people really like that familiar face quite close to them. Let's say from the oche to the VIP area where they sit, it's about 50-60 feet, but it's the German Arno Merk that gets the first maximum of many in this year's championship.
Well, Huybrechts trying to respond with a maximum of his own. 40, just shy of it. Well, Merk, as I mentioned, junior champion in Germany way back 15 years ago. He made the BDO Worlds the year after, the other world championship that you will know about in the world of darts. Then he took a 6-year break through to 2023. Then he qualified for the German Super League of darts. Lost to Littler at the European Darts Grand Prix last year.
No shame in that.
Not at all. That's a long list of people who've suffered that particular fate.
Yeah, Merck's on 32 after 12. Yeah, this is a much improved leg from the German. But Huybrechts has got his own maximum now, putting pressure on, leaving 63. Arno's going to need to get to the double. And he does so without hesitation. That is a brilliant 13-darter from Arno Merk. Now dance. This is a full circle moment for Arno Merk, and I'll tell you for why. Because the first ever PDC event that Arno Merk went to, it was a Players' Championship in Bad Nauheim, Germany in 2010, when he was German junior champion. Who did he play in his first game? Kim Huybrechts, unbelievably. And that was a tournament, the only tournament that Mark Webster would win in the PDC. 96. The only one.
I've missed you. Knowledge is the bomb. Absolute
And that's the only
Stunning
time
knowledge.
Huybrechts and Merk have met. The only time. And then the next time they meet, it's nearly 15 and a half years later, the biggest tournament that has ever happened.
One apiece in the first set. 3 legs wins the set. You can also hear the familiar bone. Well, hang on, 180 coming in from Murk, not quite. I wonder whether he's related to Marcus Murk, the famous German referee that Graham Taylor got upset with when he was an assistant. Do I not like that? Linesman,
57.
and all that.
It's a small world.
Could be. I don't know whether Merk is a common German surname, forgive my ignorance. He's trying to break the Huybrechts throw here. He's going to get down to a finish from 220.
He's warming up, is Arno Merk.
He is.
He's left 140 here. He's first to a finish in leg 3 of set 1. And the crowd are very much in voice now. With Huybrechts on 190, he's bringing it down with 420s. Gets a 5th to leave 90. Merk looking for the first ton plus finish. He's not going to get the 140, but he might get the ton if he can find a 60 with the last dart.
Tried to bisect the first 2 darts and did, but just drifted above the red bit. So he's down to a 2-dart finish, but so is Kim. 90 required for the Hurricane. Treble 20 hit. 2 darts at double 15 to go 2-1 in front. He's a good inch away with that first dart, but it turns out to be a good marker. And Kim Huybrechts, who can be on the abrasive side as a character with his opponents, he's found that friend, as you mentioned, in the VIP area, and all his enthusiasm and aggression is being channeled there at this point. 2-1 Huybrechts in the first set.
Yeah, set play is not really a common thing in PDC darts. You have straight start set play at the World Championship. You have best of 5 leg set play at the World Grand Prix, which was won by Littler this year. That's double start though. And the PDC World Masters, which takes place at the end of January, that's set play, but it's best of 3 legs per set. But if you've been here 14 times before,
60.
and you're Kim Huybrechts, you know this format very, very well. As for Merk, it will be a bit alien to him. Most of his games are played in match play, which is leg to leg.
He's down to a finish, Merk, on his throw in leg 4. 161. Huybrechts way back on 382.
140.
It's a pleasure to have your company on the Darts YouTube channel. Merk's got the pleasure of going for 161 here. He just missed the treble 17, but he picks off 2 treble 20s to leave himself on 24 for what will be another 13-dart hold, Nico.
He's had 1 dart at a double as the German, and he's hit it. Now that 140 from Huybrechts leaves 102, but Merk's on 24 after 12. Misses it low, so has to go to 6s. Misses it just to the right. Needs an adjustment on the hockey first, and it's perfectly pitched with dart number 3 at that visit. It's 2-2 in the first set. Huybrechts has the darts because he won the bullseye downstairs about an hour ago, and he will have the darts in all of the odd-numbered sets.
Big advantage for the Hurricane. You can also hear the voice of George Noble up there, our match referee. And much as with John McDonald, our MC, this is George's last
100.
World Darts Championship as well. Incredible servant to the sport of darts, George Noble.
Yeah, he doesn't really like to talk about it.
No.
Because he just wants to get up there, do his job, and he's got a lot of darts interests away from the PDC
11.
refereeing stage.
Well, he
So he will take his bow just like John McDonald.
He doesn't often get to call 11 as a score. That's what he's just had to call for a Huybrechts visit.
Well, let's see if he gets away with it.
100.
Not quite. Merk with a second consecutive ton to start leg 5 of set 1. He leaves 301. Huybrechts on 350, which is known as the darting albatross, of course, because it's
60.
the biggest number you can take in 6 darts.
Well, Merk is half a dart ahead. Maybe more after this visit. If he can get another ton. Well, he's done better. He's got a 140 to get down to a finish of 161 against the throw here.
I am seeing more adrenaline in this first set than I thought we would. It is akin to Gerwin Price's right bicep.
It's more like Stuart Pearson's right bicep when he used to score for Manchester United. Not quite as taut as Gezi Price's. 161 won't go for Merk, but he's going to set this up
99.
with a 99 3-dart visit, leaving him on 62 for the set.
That's an interesting call. He went for the treble 19 and 81 when he could have gone for 25 to leave a better option. Huybrechts, 190, has got 120 scored. They want him to hit the max. He decides not to, and he gets a 174 to leave double 8 for the set, but Merk has one chance to nick this first set.
That is scoreboard pressure. 52 left, 20 for double 16. One dart for Arno Murk for the set at double 16. Finds it and breaks. Hi, talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel. It is Kim Huybrechts 0, Arno Murk 1. Now, if you love your darts, whether it's league night, the local, or dreaming of a walk-on anthem of your own, you'll know that the right gear makes all the difference. Well, Target Darts are the brand behind Luke Littler's rise. They've been with him from the start, crafting the innovative, high-quality darts he now uses on the sport's biggest stages. And now, Target have taken the home setup to another level with the Omni auto scoring system. It's instant, it's accurate scoring, and a slick modern way to sharpen up your game. So if you want the same equipment, trusted by the most electrifying young talent in world darts, all you have to do is visit targetdarts.com and get on target.
Magic. It needs to be magic. It is magic. 180. Luke Littler, get on target.
Type of jumper next year, but I think I'll get one for all of the team.
Well, we are humbled to have been immortalised on your very own Christmas jumper. I should mention the other members of the team that will be here across the next 3 weeks. Abigail Davis will be joining us tomorrow for a bit of commentary work. Chris Murphy will be with us from time to time, so too Adam Bridge. And Scotty Dog, Scott Mitchell, will be joining us for his punditry as well during the course of these World Championships that runs through to January the 3rd. Will be on talkSPORT 2 a lot of the time, football accepted when there's Europa League nights or something else on. But when it comes to the semi-finals and the final on the 2nd and 3rd of January, talkSPORT will be the place to go on DAB and smart speaker to hear the coverage. But every dart is on the app this year. That's the important thing to remember. Every dart can be heard on the talkSPORT app and will have live free watch-alongs of every match on the YouTube channel. So there is no way you can miss a dart of the action for free, courtesy of talkSPORT across these championships. It's something we're really proud to be able to do. We've had one hell of a year. I'm thinking back a year when we did the sort of soft launch of the YouTube page, and we wondered how much interest there would be. Boy, oh boy, were we surprised by just how much interest there was, Nico.
Yeah, there's a lot of interest in this sport. It's been called the Littler effect over the last couple of years, and I know some people might think that we're over-egging it and trying to make darts something that it isn't, but the fact is, you've got to be here to understand just how many more people are here on opening night than ever. It's not because there's more players. It is because Littler's here tonight as defending champion, playing in the traditional defending champion spot of night one. And I've never seen anything like it. And I've been coming here since 2008. The year after they first came here. It's a different beast, and everybody wants to be part of this tournament. And you've got to include Arno Murk in that because he played a beautiful first set.
It's his first involvement at Alexandra Palace, the German,
60.
and he's taken the first set of Kim Huybrechts, the Hurricane. 15 years of consecutive experience on the Ali Pali stage. And Huybrechts knows he's in the game, because remember, that first set went to Arno Murk against the darts. Huybrechts had the honour. And Murk then has the honour in the second set, and he's looking for a maximum. Just slightly snatches at the third dart and underpitches for a 140.
I think Kim Huybrechts has done really well to get into this tournament. 19th of 40 qualifiers outside of the top 40 in the world, but he's only been to the last 16 of 2 PDC tournaments in 2025.
100.
I know there's a slightly looser qualification criteria because there's more players, but even at the level that Kim's been playing this year, I think he's done well to get into this tournament. He hasn't been to any quarterfinals.
I was looking at his record. You're right. It's rather nondescript year, I think, is the best way to describe it. He's gone deep in some of the Euro Tour qualifiers and the Players' Championship qualifiers, but that's the pre stuff. That's not the actual main course, as it were.
Yeah, Kim was just taking a step back there as Arno Murk accidentally dropped a dart on the floor. Kim giving himself a bit of space on that massive stage, which is 128 feet wide, as Arno was on 141. He's missed it, the treble 20 that is, with the first dart, just low, but he gets the bull with the second dart to leave 71. Just wide of the treble 13 on the right-hand side of the board, but leaves 58. That's a guaranteed shot on the dart at the start of set 2.
So Huybrechts has work to do, serious work to do in these early stages. No sign of nerves from the German, who now wants tops to take an early lead in the second set, and that is a very handy, straightforward clutch finish of 18 and tops from Arno Murk. And he's doing the Stuart Pearson again to the VIP area, flexing the bicep.
This guy's got some beans.
134.
Have you seen much of him play? I mean, I will admit it's my first look at him.
Yeah, I've seen a little bit of him. Saw him at the PDC Europe Super League just a few weeks ago when he was beating Daniel Closer in the final. When Arno made the final, everybody thought that Daniel was going to win because he'd had a PDC Tour card before and he was very, very useful. But what we're seeing from Arno is this continuation of confidence from that tournament win, and who knows what this tournament could do for him. We've seen people on debut from Germany have great times. People like Nico Kurtz, who took people out for fun when he was on debut.
Well, we've spoken, when we've covered darts on the radio and the app and the YouTube, about the growth in German darts. Think about Gabriel Clemens going deep here just a few years ago. Martin Schindler is here. Max Hopp is here, having recovered from his nasty foot injury that ruled him out for a time, but he's going to be part of the Jamboree this year. But the Belgians, Dimitri van den Berg, his form has dropped off a cliff. Huybrechts here really struggling. It's the Germans that are on the rise. And Arno Murk wants 127. He wants the bullseye. Oh, to break the Huybrechts throw, and he just south and east of the red bit in the middle of the board.
He genuinely made that bullseye move. Hit that much of the wire. Now Kim is on 79 at 1-0 down in the second set. He's hit treble 19 and missed double 11. And then he's missed double 11 for a second time as well, giving Arno Murk a second opportunity to be 2-0 up in the second set. Double 8 hits, and his doubling in this game has been world class. He has 5 hits from 8 shots, and the ones that he's missed, he's wired. He's really on it now, is the German. 2-0 up in the second set and 1 set to the good. This is a really good debut performance.
123.
And a 1-2-3 from Merk to start leg 3. A chance for a clean sweep in this second set against the Hurricane.
57.
And it's just a bag of nails that Huybrechts is throwing at the minute.
The Hurricane is puffing his cheeks already. Hope he's not blown out already.
100.
You've got to be ready for 5 sets of grueling darts right here. Ooh. Another step back from Huybrechts. Now, if that happens again, Dance, he's going to start thinking that Arno's playing funny somethings up there.
Yeah, he just took had 2 attempts to remove his darts from the board, Merk. And Huybrechts was just settling himself on the oche when that hesitation came.
Well, what you've got to understand about the Merk darts is he's got very aggressive, ridged points. Sometimes they grab the wires, and it can stop you from getting them out of the board smoothly. So I don't think Arno's doing anything like that. I think it's just the points grabbing the wires.
93.
Treble 18 for Huybrechts, but it's all academic. He's on 308, 138 for Merk. 2 treble 19s he's hit, and double 12 for the second set. Oh, he wires it just underneath. Boy, oh boy, that was close. And he'll be back because Huybrechts is way back on 308.
Yeah, he's gone for the 60s first. He's got treble 20, then treble 18. That's 114, which leaves 194. 25 doesn't get him to a finish. He tries to get the additional treble 20. He doesn't get it. He's short of a finish. Double six found, and Arno Merk is 2 sets in the look dance.
This was a race to 3. We'll be back with the conclusion of this game next here at the PDC World Darts Championship.
Magic. It needs to be magic. It is magic. 180. Luke Lickler gets on target. Magic. It needs to be magic. It is magic. 180. Luke Lickler gets on target.
Should be okay, considering 63 of the top 64 in the world made it to the tournament. The only person who didn't was Robert Owen. There's a certain bracket where you think people are protecting that top 64. If you drop out of it, you lose your tour privileges for 2026, and you have to go to qualifying school if that's your choice. But someone like Kim at those early 50s in the rankings, I would say, do you know what? I think you're safe. Have you just spotted someone in the audience? Was that Ted Lasso?
I thought that was Jason Sudeikis.
It's Jason Sudeikis.
Ted Lasso is taking in the darts on night 1. And of course, there was that famous scene in Ted Lasso.
Barbecue sauce.
Exactly, where he takes out the finish in the pub on the dartboard when he was kidding on the former chairman that he was playing with the right hand when he was actually left-handed.
I think he's just reminded us of something. Be curious.
Yes.
Not judgmental.
Well, the curious are taking note of what Arno Murk is doing. 2 sets to live up on Kim Huybrechts. A reminder that coming up next, Chris Mason and Mark Wilson will bring you full commentary on the former world champion Michael Smith, seeded 28 this year, up against the winner of the women's world match play that we brought you back in July, the Lancashire Rose Lisa Ashton. Then the champion, the world champ Luke Lickler against Darius Labanauskas of Lithuania. And then we'll round things off with Madas Razma of Latvia with the Crew Cup up against Van den Herrik of the Netherlands.
You've got to love Arno Merk dance, because even before dart was thrown in the 3rd set, he's looking over to the people that he's here with, pumping his fist before he's even thrown anything. He is loving this experience on debut, and he's got Kim Huybrechts firmly on the back foot.
Oh, he's got him on the end of a string right now, and Huybrechts coming down for the 19s. Does eventually hit treble 19, but he hit treble 3 before that. Merk with a quiffed hairstyle and a more than a bit of 5 o'clock shadow, but very smart looking individual. And it is definitely Jason Sudeikis who's been spotted in the crowd, because the cameras keep going to him and the punters have spotted him on the Jumbotron screens either side of the stage.
I think that might be one of the biggest celebrities that's ever come to the darts. Last year we had Ed Sheeran, and we've had Prince Harry before.
Yeah, that's very true. Lots of Premier League footballers like to come to watch the darts. James Maddison is a regular of Tottenham Hotspur these days.
Well, I'm a bit of a cynic, Dance. I think he moved to Tottenham so he was closer to Alexandra Palace.
I would not deny that as a conspiracy theory. I would not deny that. Now, Huybrechts just threw 21, single 19 and 2 1s, whilst Merk is popping in ton plus scores to get down to 87 to again try and break the Huybrechts though at the start of this third set.
140. Well,
Kim's done well to get to a finish there with that 140. He's got 113, but Merk on 87, single 2, can't recover on dart number 2 because he only gets a single 19, whereas he needed the treble.
26.
Well, he's got himself on 41 with Huybrechts needing this 113 to get something moving. Treble 20 found, single 17 for double 18, and he gets it. Just a little spark of what's left in the locker for the Hurricane. He needs to find chances and he needs to take them.
See, that's what happens even if you're struggling. When you're number 52 in the world, there's a reason why you're number 52 in the world, because you can have those moments, you can find those clutch finishes, but he's got to improve his demeanour. He still has a fairly mournful looking countenance up there, Kim Huybrechts.
One of the main themes of this tournament in 2026 is it's about the player you are now, not the player you once were. Are we judging Huybrechts based on being in the Premier League twice, being a Players' Championship Finals runner-up,
60.
winner of a multitude of PDC events? No, we aren't. We're judging him on the player he's been in the last 12 months, and most crucially, the dart player he's been in the last 2 or 3 months, which is not brilliant, but still good enough to make the tournament.
He's got a 53% win rate this year, which isn't awful by any standards, but he would want it to be closer to the 60s, and he's coming up dry again. You might have heard him on our effects microphones there, just unhappily snatching the darts from the board after 2 single 19s when he was looking for trebles. Murk looking for a maximum from 281 and finds it, and a double bicep fist pump from the German, putting Huybrechts back under pressure again.
Talk about twisting the knife right there. Huybrechts with a good switch to the 19s, getting 2 trebles to leave 190, but Merk's on 101. He's got a treble 19 himself. Single 12, misses double 16, and that's the worst dart he's had a double in this match. It missed by a good 2 centimetres on the inside.
Now Huybrechts can't take out 190, but again scoreboard pressure can be applied, and it is from the Hurricane to get down to 56, but double 8 for Merk. He's inside across the double 4. That's nicely pinned, so he's levelled it up in set 3. But remember, Huybrechts has the honour in this set, and if it goes to a 5th leg and deciding leg in this set, Huybrechts will have the dart for that as well.
One of the biggest things about this contest is that if Arno Merk has got 2 or 3 darts at a double, he's not missing it. His conversion rate is 54%, which is really good, but the timing of getting it hit has been great.
You and Mace talk about it a lot. It's not necessarily about how many darts, it's how many visits. And you could take 3 darts, but if it's all in the space of 1 visit, nothing the opponent can do.
Absolutely, and sometimes it hurts even more if you get it with the 3rd dart, because you give your opponent just that little bit of hope. And as far as this leg is concerned, which is crucial, it's leg 3 of set 3. Arno Merk could be 1.5 legs away from victory here. He's on 2-2-1. Huybrechts 100 behind.
Kim's got to dig deep here. He's got to fight and scrap and snarl for what's left in this game, because the German is showing no signs of letting up. Another 140 popped in. Looks almost incredulously to his left that he's found a 140. Down to 81 to break the throw and go 1 leg away from victory.
Arno Merk is getting better in this game the longer it goes. He's now averaging 96, and he's averaging 101 in this set. He's on 81 for a 2-1 lead in set 3. A game he's winning 2-0. Single 19. He's got the luxury of going for treble 10 right there, because Kim's not on a finish. He leaves 40, and he's coming back with 3 darts in hand. You just figure it's going to be 2 legs to 1.
100. Arno,
Ton
you require
from Huybrechts,
40.
who's chuntering away to himself, muttering under his breath as Merk steps in for tops. Good marker just over the top of the bed. Too far underneath. Double 10. How's he on that?
30.
He's inside that, so the door is open for Huybrechts.
80.
First time he's made a mistake. Kim has got to pounce and take a 2-1 lead in the third. 80 needed. He's got the 2 singles he needs. 1 dart at tops. Incoming. Flicks the flight on the way through. Points to the camera, which is to the left of the stage. He hit that somewhat relaxed, and yet he will not be feeling that way right now.
60.
But that is exactly what I was just talking about, digging deep when he needed it most, because that, if it had gone the other way, then Merk would have been 1 leg away
98.
from knocking out the vastly experienced Kim Huybrechts for the first match of the night on the Ali Pali stage in these
21.
championships. Now 21 put in by Merk, which Huybrechts has already put in as a low score.
Well, Merk hasn't had to bounce back from any disappointment in this game so far. Now he has to, because he's 2-1 down. Now, bearing in mind he was 2-1 down in the first set.
100.
He handled that situation remarkably well, because he had a brilliant second leg, a brilliant fourth leg, and a very good fifth. Now, he would take that right now, because that would be good enough to win the match.
96.
Kim scores 96 to lead 250, which is 70 in front of Arno Merk, who's at the hockey now, looking for cover, and he's just starting to look a little bit
42.
more rattled.
The psychology of this sport is incredible, how it can turn in next to no time, because here comes the Hurricane,
140.
nearly popping in a maximum. 140 will have to do, but he's down to a finish of 110 to get his first set on the board and break the Merk throw in doing so, which would be an important psychological point.
Yeah, there's no more breaks in this game. If you can press the foot down now, you'll do yourself the world of good. For the set, Kim Huybrechts 110 on double 16, and that was thrown poorly. That's missed by a good half an inch on the outside, and it flopped when it hit the board. Means it didn't have any integrity in the air.
But no harm done, because
59.
Merk was back on 197.
32.
Doesn't hit a treble, so 3 darts at 16s for Kim Huybrechts. On the wire, just inside, so double 8 next door. And he's just on the outside. 1 dart left,
16.
and he's gone further away this time. So the door is open for Merk for a 138.
2 treble 19s needed. Doesn't get the first one. He's underneath by a good 2 centimetres. Does get the second one. 76 scored. Means he's on 62.
86.
Small 10 leaves 52, just in case
16.
Huybrechts does not win the set right here on double 8. But he does with the first dart. So he is in this game now.
Full set, first
Can
leg,
Kim
Arno
Huybrechts turn the
to
tide
Roper.
after holding his throw in set number 3 on the talkSPORT network, where the tournament is just getting going?
60.
I think this is the most crucial leg of the match, right here, right now. Leg 1 in set 4. Merk has the darts, wants to re-establish the control he's had up to this point.
His mood has changed.
Yeah.
The German looks like he's deep in
57.
thought all of a sudden. He's not riding the crest of the wave after 2 sets now. This is where experience really could tell. And take it from somebody who knows, Kim Huybrechts is rather good at comebacks.
100.
Well, again, I didn't want to bring it up, but you know.
Yeah, that was only 4 legs though that
That's
he needed.
very
Now
true.
he needs 3 sets.
He's won a couple of PDC Next Generation titles this year. Has Arno Merk almost a maximum mean time from Huybrechts, but the third dart just diverted into treble 1, unluckily for him.
That's a really good circuit, that next gen done by PDC Europe,
140.
because it allows the second level of players from German-speaking countries like Austria, Switzerland, Germany to thrive and get some confidence. And they play different formats.
140.
Double star, master out. They play all sorts of stuff so they can get the experience needed to come to things like this.
Merk coming down from 201.
105.
105 scored, so he's down to a 2-dart finish on throw at the start of this 4th set. If you're just tuning in to the talkSPORT app or the Darts YouTube page for
79.
talkSPORT, Kim Huybrechts of Belgium finds himself 2 sets to 1 down against the debutant Arno Merk of Germany, who's looking to take out 96 but won't do
61.
so. And in fact, an errant last dart goes into treble 7 to leave him on an odd number.
Here comes Huybrechts on 102, first leg of the 4th set. Needs 42 for tops, only gets treble 11 just underneath. So he will not get a dart at double at this visit. Merk can only get 2.
70.
because of the missed single 16 he had in the
require
previous
35.
turn. So he'll have to burn a dart in the southern hemisphere. Single three's found, double 16. He's missed it wildly inside and then
He's
just
got the first
clings
leg,
on
Arno
to
Merk.
double 8. My word.
leg,
When he threw
into
that,
the
he
rope.
thought that was low and in double 16. He's showing a bit of vigour on the stage behind Huybrechts. There's nothing wrong with that, but he's really starting to squeeze the orange now for everything he's
57.
got left.
Trebleless visit for Huybrechts to start leg 2. Whereas Merk against the darts, looking for a max. What a time to pop in your third maximum of the night. That's a real body blow for Huybrechts.
I didn't see Anthony Gordon celebrating that much against Leverkusen last night. That is one heck of a celebration from Merk, who's on a 9,
100.
which means now he's not going to hit it.
Well, oh, wait a minute, 4 perfect darts. Oh, got my hopes up there.
140.
Well, everybody get your calculators out or your jotters. That's 4 perfect darts. I'm sure by the end of the night someone will get at least 5.
There's a certain young gentleman on third tonight who you would put good money on that happening with.
He hasn't got one at his place yet.
But
Just
his opponent
another-
has.
Just another thing to tick off the list.
Indeed.
Well, Darius
100.
Labanauskas didn't win that game against Mike De Decker. He did get the 9 though.
Now, leg 2 of set 4. Merk 2-1 up. Huybrechts under pressure, trying to get him down from 286.
140.
Gets a 140, but Merk to go 2-0 up wants 81 here. Look for the treble 19, hits single, hits treble 12 to leave himself on double 13, and he just goes outside by a centimetre.
This would be big for Huybrechts if he can draw level with a 146. First start is wildly low on the treble 19 segment. So all he can do is muster up 59 to leave himself on 87. Merk on double 13, he's gone for a split. So that's single 6 hit. Double 10 his choice. Misses it just on the outside. It might block it. Dart 3 is wired on the outside just like the first. This is a free hit for Huybrechts. It's time to twist.
17 hit. Oh, he went for 20 for bull, and it's single 1. Oh boy, Kim Huybrechts, what a time just to be slightly wayward to the right.
Yeah, what a mistake to make here. That is not the time you want to miss a single. Now Merk's got to make him feel awful, which he does by hitting double 5 on the second dart. It is 2-0 to Arno Merk in the 4th set. He's 2 sets to 1 up, and he is 501 points away from a game with either Peter Wright or Noelin van Leuven.
Yeah, there are 5 representatives of women's darts at these championships, including Noah Lynn and another one, Lisa Ashton, up next against the former world champion Michael Smith. But Arno Merk is blowing kisses to the VIP area. Got to be careful. Winning line-itis can strike at any time in this wonderful sport.
He doesn't mind being the underdog. He was the underdog in the PDC Europe Super League final against Daniel Klose.
60.
But this is a step up, isn't it? And let's face it, Merk is going to remember that Kim was the first opponent he ever had in PDC darts 15 years ago. So he'd like to get his own back tonight. And this is for a lot of money. This is a £10,000 darts match to have at least £25,000 in ranking money coming your way after the new year.
And don't forget, the winner of the whole shebang gets a cool 1 million, not dollars, dots are evil, pounds. £1 million.
51.
Now Kim Huybrechts cannot afford any more slip-ups, but he's not down to a finish. Merk has the throw in this third leg, may well get down to a finish himself, and does,
139.
with a 139, leaving himself on 124 for the match, not for the leg, for the match.
Yeah, he's played really well. He's averaging 90. His doubles percentage has come
59.
down,
Oh, no, you're
but he has an
124.
opportunity to put Huybrechts out and to make him the first victim of the tournament. 1-2-4. He's going to get a shot at the bull to win this game. He steps back. He says, come on to himself. The bull missed just
99.
underneath. So Huybrechts is running out of lives.
154's got to go, Kim, and it won't with a single 19. Ruefully looks at the board. What sort of pressure can he apply? Because again, Merk's going to have to burn a dart to get to a double from 25.
96.
96 scored, so 25 required for the match. 9 for double 8 for Arno Merk of Germany, and he's got it! And
It was just under 90. his entire match after 4 sets was just under 90. So he found a level that was very competitive and better than his opponent tonight. A deserved winner of the first game of the tournament. Arno Merk, take a bow.
And that's why everyone clamours to get a ticket, even for night one at Ali Pali, because things like that, magic stuff like that, can happen right off the bat. And so Arno Murk will face either Peter Wright or Noah Lynn van Leuven in the second round. But next up on the famous Ali Pali stage, it's a former world champion, the man that took part in arguably the greatest leg of darts ever heard on the talkSPORT network in the final leg against MVG. Bully boy Michael Smith takes on the Lancashire Rose, Lisa Ashton, and Chris Mason and Mark Wilson will be with you to bring you that match next here on the talkSPORT app and the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel.